Science of Yoga, Volume 7, Sri Swami Shivananda, Food. Food is the material cause of Annamaya Kosha, or the physical body. It is the real cause of physical life, a sustained life, which is an indispensable mean for attaining self-realization, the highest goal of life. Without food, no self-realization is possible. Food being a mean for attaining the highest knowledge, the aspirants should never despise it, but regard it as if it were his own guru. Food is made up of three constituents: that which is gross, that which is subtle, and that which is subtlest. The gross portion become fecal matter. The subtle portion become blood and flesh, and the subtlest portion becomes the mind. Food provides the material necessary for the growth and repair of the body. The body grows till you reach the age of 25. The movement of the body and the action of the muscle need new force or energy. This energy is supplied by food. Heat is produced and the body is kept warm when energy is generated. Through the right kind of food, the vital force is kept at the highest level of efficiency. A yogi who is in communication with the Lord, who is in the state of samadhi, is not in need of material food. He can draw energy either from the cosmic, or from the sun. After all, food is a mass of energy only. If you imbibe the energy directly from the cosmic sources, there is no need of material food. A yogi's body will not deteriorate even though he may take any food. He may not take any food for several months during samadhi or communication with the Lord. The divine energy flows through his body and nourishes it. Constituents of food. The constituents of food may be divided into several categories. 1. Proteins, which are nitrogenous substance and tissue builders. 2. Fats and carbohydrates, which are energy producers. 3. Vitamins and mineral salts, which contributes nothing towards energy requirements, but are very essential for normal growth and function. 4. Water, an essential component of all tissues. Proteins, mineral salt, vitamins, and water are bodybuilders. Carbohydrates and fats are energy producers. They serve as fuel. Each ingredient of food is as important as the other. Each depends on the other for its proper function. Your food must contain all of them in the right portion. No single food achieves this balance, so a combination is necessary. You must learn how to combine the different food you eat in such a manner that your daily menu contains all the essential ingredients in the right proportion. A knowledge of the science of dietetics is very essential for one and all. The main function of the mineral elements in a bodybuilding, about 5% of the weight of the body is made up of mineral elements, the greater part being calcium and phosphorus, which help the formation of bones and teeth. The mineral elements also enter into the composition of all your body fluids. They are needed for the performance of the various physiological functions. They have no fuel value as they cannot be burned in the body. Proteins. The doctors think that high protein foods like meat and fish are very useful for the body. They say such foods are very nutritious. Take abundant meat. they will become strong. You will become stronger and healthy. This is a sad mistake. When meat and pulses are taken in the abundance, they produce in the human system large quantity of poisonous substance. The kidneys are overtasked. They are not able to function properly. Inflammation of the kidney results, and the patient passes much albumin in the urine. The protein and meat can be replaced by that of milk and cheese. If proteins are not digested and assimilated, they ferment and putrefy and generate gases and other poison foreign matter. A low protein diet is much better than a high protein diet. The minimum protein required is 2 ounces per day. Soya beans is an exceptional rich in protein value. It is equivalent of milk protein in biological value. Meat is not at all necessary for maintaining health. Its consumption is highly deleterious for health. It brings a host of ailments such as tapeworm, cancer, stomach trouble, etc. Killing of animal for food is a great sin. Instead of killing egoism and the idea of mineness, ignorant people kill many innocent animals. Ahimsa is the first virtue that a spiritual aspirant should possess. We should have reverence for life. Lord Jesus said, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." Lord Jesus said, "Regard every living creature as thyself and harm none." The law of karma is inexorable and unrelentant and immutable. The pain that you inflict upon other will rebound upon you, and that happiness you radiate to other will come back to you, adding to your happiness. Meat eating and alcoholism are closely allied. The craving for liquor dies a natural death when meat diet is withdrawn. The question of birth control becomes very difficult in the case of those who eat meat. Meat has a direct evil influence on the compartment of the brain. The first requirement in spiritual advancement is the giving up of a non-vegetarian food. The divine life will not descend if the stomach is loaded with meat. A large meat-eating countries, cancer immortality is very high. Vegetables are very good for health. Vegetarians keep sound healthy till old age. Pythagoras, the Greek sage, preached, "Do not kill or injure any creature." He condemned meat diet as sinful food. Beware, O mortal, of defiling your body with sinful food. There are cereal, there are fruit, bending their branches down by their weight, and luxurious grapes on the wine. There are sweet vegetables and herbs which the flame can render palatable and mellow. Nor are you denied milk or honey, fragrant of aroma of a thyme flower. The beautiful earth offers you an abundance of pure food and provides for meals obtainable without slaughter and bloodshed. Thus spoke this Greek Grecian sage. If you want to stop taking mutton, fish, and poultry, just witness with your own eyes the pitiable and struggling condition of these creatures at the time of killing. Then mercy and sympathy will arise in your heart. Always think of the evil of flesh eating and the benefits of the vegetarian diet. It is also, if this also cannot give you sufficient strength to stop the habit, go to the slaughterhouse and butcher's shop and see personally the rotten muscle, intestines, kidneys, and other parts of the animal which is emitted a bad smell. This will induce in you this passion and a strong disgust and hatred for meat eating. Friends, why do you crave for sinful food and spoil your health? Meat excites passion and makes the mind restless. Fruit excites a soothing influence on the mind and subdue passion. Foods rich in protein are cheese, milk, soya, beans, almonds, and other nuts, wheat, peas, beans, and lentils. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy. They enable it to make proper use of the proteins and fat in the food. They are found in cereal, fruit, vegetables, starches, and sugar. They contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Grain food are root vegetables, and root vegetables are composed largely of carbohydrates, which are necessary constituents of the diet. However, when they are present in excessive proportion, the diet becomes ill balanced. The carbohydrates of fruits are chiefly sugars. If you eat plenty of fresh fruit, you need not take any sugar. 50 to 60% of your food should be made up of carbohydrate. In this, there should be starches and sugars. Fruits, sugars are easily digested. Fat and oils. Fats are compounds of glycerin with fatty acids. They are first-class fuel foods and produce twice as much energy as either proteins or carbohydrates. They contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Fat supplies energy and heat quickly. They build up fatty tissues and are contained in butter, ghee, cream, milk, cheese, and vegetable oil. Coconut, nuts, soya bean, and avocado are rich in fats. A diet which is low in fat is often deficient in vitamin A. Fat forms a protein layer over the nerves. It fills up hollow spaces and gives beauty. It protects the delicate internal organs against injury and aids the body to utilize the calcium in the system. Fat serves as a reserve energy supply, and so it is considered as a protective food constituent. If you eat more fat than is required, you will probably develop obesity. Vitamin A and B, iodine, and carbohydrates are needed for absorption of fat in the body. Vitamins. Vitamins mean life-giving. Vitamins have been called the batteries of the body. They are like sparks which um, which ignite the fire of nutrition. They are of great importance in the nutrition of man. They are very essential for the promotion and maintenance of the high standards of health. The water in which vegetables are boiled has a value supply of vitamins, and on this account, it should not be discarded. In order to preserve the vitamins, vegetables should not as a rule should not be boiled. They should be steamed in a minimum quantity of water, as they themselves contain sufficient water. The absence of vitamins in our food prevents proper growth of the body and gives rise to certain disease known as deficiency disease. It may later lead to death. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and raw foods are rich in vitamins. There are 5 essential vitamins. 1. Vitamin A. This vitamin is fat soluble and anti-infective. It wards off infection from disease-craving germs. It promotes growth and occurs abundantly in green leaves, such as lettuce, spinach, cabbage, in green vegetables, in cream, butter, milk, cold liver, oil, carrots, fresh peas, raw potatoes, raw peaches, pineapple, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, wheat bran, and wheat bread. 2. Vitamin B. This is an anti-pneumatic vitamin. It is water soluble. Absence of this vitamin causes beriberi. It is present in the husks of cereals and in the most vegetables. It is abundant in wheat grain, wheat bran, raw tomatoes, fresh spinach, raw cabbage, white bean, wheat bread, rice bran, cereal, lentils, peas, beans, nuts, turnips, potatoes, milk, oats, green vegetable, yeast, and coconuts. Vitamin C. This is water soluble. It is an anti-scorbutic vitamin. It prevents scurvy. Fresh lemon juice and orange juice and the juice of cabbage are very rich in this vitamin. Tomatoes also are very rich in it. Vitamin C is abundant in apple, fresh malt, raw peaches, pineapple, potatoes, lettuce, fresh peas, raspberries, spinach, and green vegetables. Vitamin D. These vitamins prevent rickets. It allows fat to dissolve. It abounds in cold liver oil and fresh milk. Deficiency of these vitamins leads to rickets in children, osteomalacia in pregnant women, and defective dentation and decay of teeth. It helps in the maintenance of normal structure of the bone and teeth. Vitamin E. This vitamin prevents sterility. It dissolves fat and is present in wheat germ, whole meal bread, olive oil, and green, particularly lettuce. It is absent in its absence, the generation of the seminiferous tubes of the male and sensation of the pregnancy with abortion in the female occurs. Its absence also causes gum troubles. Vitamin B consists of 2 distinct components: vitamin B1, vitamin B2. B1 is also known as vitamin F. B2 is known as vitamin G. The absence of B2 leads to pellagra. He who dwells in the vitamins, who is within the vitamins, whom the vitamins do not know, those body the vitamins are, who rules the vitamins from within, is the Atman, thyself. Glory to the mysterious vitamins. Glory to the indweller of the vitamins. Mineral salt. The main function of mineral salt in a bodybuilding, they enter into the chemical composition of the body and regulate the various organs so that they all function normally. They do not supply energy but still play an important part in the nutrition of the body. Deficiency of the mineral salt definitely contributes to disease. Mineral salt builds bones and teeth. They form the hemoglobin, oxygen-carrying pigments of the blood, and enter into the structure of every body cell. They form part of the digestive fluids, keep the blood alkaline, help it coagulate when exposed to air, and causes the contraction and relaxation of the muscle. The human body contains 3.5 kilograms of minerals salt, which form about 4% of the whole body. Without a diet rich in mineral salt, the human body will not function efficiently. Calcium. Calcium builds bones and teeth. The need for calcium during pregnancy, infancy, and the growing period of life is great. If there is insufficient calcium in the body, disease like ricket, decayed teeth may develop. Milk is the richest source of calcium. It is also found in cheese, in green leafy vegetable, and in nuts. Phosphorus. Phosphorus forms part of all living cells. The brain and nerve cells contain a large portion of phosphorus. It is also an important constituent of the bones and teeth. It is essential for the multiplication of cell and growth of the body. More than a gram should be supplied by the diet daily. The average requirement of phosphorus is nearly twice that of calcium. Its extra amount is needed during growth, pregnancy, and lactation. Foods rich in phosphorus are milk, soya bean, green vegetable, fruit, wheat, carrots, lady's finger, vegetables, leafy vegetables, buttermilk, almonds, oats, spinach, and avocado. Iron. The daily requirement of iron is 0.015 gram. Iron is the main constituent of hemoglobin, of blood pigment. Its deficiency in the diet causes anemia. Iron gives to the blood its red color and enables it to carry oxygen from the lungs to every part of the body. As the body has no reserve of iron to draw in time of need, it has to be obtained through food. When destruction and loss of the body compulses take place, as in conditions like chronic malaria, and hookworm infections, the iron requirement of the body is increased. Foods that are rich in iron are uh, uh, wheat, green leafy vegetables, cereals, oatmeal, dried beans, fruit, dates, green pea, beans, radish, raisin, nuts, strawberries, molasses, watermelons, potato, cucumbers, turnip leaves, tomatoes, dried fruit, and whole wheat bread. Milk is poor in iron. Vitamin A, B, C, E, and calcium are needed if iron is to be properly utilized by the body. If those vitamins are not presented in sufficient quantities, the body will become poor. Although there may be much iron in the food, lack of iron in the diet causes tiredness and sluggishness. Iodine. Iodine is necessary for the proper function of the thyroid gland. Deficiency of iodine led to development of goitre. It is contained in seawater. Iodine is required in small quantities. Seaweed is the best source of iodine. Traces of iodine are found in cereal, leafy vegetables, and in milk. It is present in wheat, millet, carrots, and goat's milk also. Chlorine. The mineral salt. This mineral salt appears in the body as chloride. It is needed by the body to keep the blood in the right composition and to make hydrochloric acid that helps the stomach to digest the food. Food that have an abundance of chlorine are dates, cereal, cheese, bananas, lettuce, peanuts, tomatoes, and green leafy vegetables. Potassium. This mineral salt is necessary for the constituents of the cell, chiefly the red blood cells and muscles. Fruits, potatoes, cabbage, cauliflowers, drumsticks, lettuce, lady's fingers, and other vegetables have an abundance on potassium. Sodium. This is contained in the blood and in the minerals. It is derived from the common salt for the body's requirements. Bread made of the whole grain, butter, spinach, and raisin contain this salt. The common salt helps to keep the blood in the right composition and maintain the proper quantity of water in the tissue. It aids the various organs of the function properly. Copper, the iron of food, can only be properly utilized by the body when copper is present. Copper is needed only in minute quantities. Nuts, cereal, dried food, peas, and beans contains copper. A diet which is adequate in iron will also contain sufficient copper. Magnesium. The outer layer of wheat grain and vegetables contain magnesium. Sulfur. Sulfur is found in milk, onion, oatmeal, and cabbage. It is taken into the body by being a constituent of the proteins in the body. It is present in the skin, hair, and nail. Water. Water acts as a solvent and aids digestion. It enters into the composition of the tissues of the body. It dissolves food and distributes them. It forms the bulk of the blood and all body fluids. It removes impurity from the blood, from the body, and serves as a vehicle to carry waste production. Water intake aids perspiration, which in return regulates body temperature. About 70% of our body weight is the water, 3/4 of our flesh, and nine-tenths of the body is water. If you do not drink sufficient water, then poisons accumulate in the blood. An adult must take 2 to 3 pits of water daily. There is a daily loss of 4.5 pits of water through the skin, lungs, kidney, and alimentary canal. Water is essential for all forms of life. Human life can be maintained for a considerable period with the intake of water only. Water is prana, or energy itself. Water cannot be burned as fuel, therefore it has no fuel value. It is needed to build up body tissue and fluids. All food contains a certain amount of water. Most fresh food contains a very large amount of water. Bread contains 38% of water, milk 87%, rice 12%, vegetables 80-90%, fruits 70-95%, and boiled vegetable 67-98%. Fats produce water when they are burnt in the body. Camels keep large storage of fat in their humps. When they have neither food nor water, they burn the fat as fuel and attain a supply of water from it. They can travel for 10 days without any external supply of water. It is a safe rule to drink when you are thirsty. Moderate quantities of water can be taken within a meal. It is better to drink water after a meal. Caloric value of food. The foods that we eat differ in their capacity to produce energy. Their energy value varies. This can be measured in calories. The term calorie means the amount of heat that is required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water by 4 degrees Fahrenheit. In the metric system, it is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree centigrade. Calories are the number of heat units given out by the human body. Through calories, they can know the quantity of fuel that is required to keep this body functioning well at rest and at work. If you do more work, more fuel is burned. Therefore, more food is required. The method of applying the calorie standards to a food is very simple. In the case of carbohydrate and proteins, the percentage contained in the food is multiplied by 4.1, and in the case of fat, by 9.3. The result is the total calorie yielded by 100 grams of food. 1 pound is equal to 4,503.592 grams. The calories is a standard which is applicable in estimating the energy value of food as the gram or pound in calculating weight. 1 gram of pure protein or carbohydrate has an energy value of 4 calories. An adult doing work requires from 2,500 to 3,500 calories per day.